I'm Peggy Pugh. I'm a resource teacher in Stockton Unified School District, SELPA. And today I'm going to be sharing some information with you on using the service tracker in SEIS. It's been updated a lot this year, so if you used it last year, you might find some changes to it. It's currently set up for mostly online learning and virtual distance learning, so it's got really helpful for us. First thing I'm going to click on is my delivery button. And at this point, if you look at my roster, I have multiple lists for several of my students. If they have OT services, if they have speech and language, I only want my services. So at the top, I want to be sure to mark, don't include ended services. Eligibility is eligible. And my service code, I want to hit the 330 for specialized academic instruction because that's the only thing I want to report on. I then click find, and you'll see that I no longer have multiple things for each student. I just have the current working document. So I'm going to select my first student, and I want to hit the little airplane here which says that I'm adding delivery services to them. And this student I've worked with before, I've added, so I know that I've added services up through March 4th. So, and it gives me that information so I know, okay, I need to, if I'm keeping a roster and I'm not doing this daily, which most teachers do it weekly, I can look at my list and say, okay, I've added through the 4th, so I need to start after that. Click on the add service. Go to your calendar, and I'm going to start with this student meets with me 3 days a week, but 2 days are virtual and 1 day is asynchronous. So I'm going to do my virtual days first, and we have 6 of them here. And using caution, if you don't do it weekly, do not put more than 10 days on your calendar because it starts eliminating from the beginning and you will miss days. Delivered means that it was actually delivered through a virtual platform. We are Stockton Unified. Method of support, when it's virtual, it is going to be, or delivered, it's a virtual platform. It doesn't matter if it's Google Classroom, Zoom, whichever format you use, it is a virtual platform. This student for me is in a small group. It's 30 minutes and it's through paid, and don't worry about the fact that here it says it's not billable, but your provider, that stays there, ignore it. It's nothing we need to worry about. And I'm going to save that. You can see now I have the extended time for this student have now been added. Going back to the same student, his Wednesdays are done through asynchronous time. So I'm going to add my Wednesdays now. And on here, we're going to do, they're not in alphabetical order, so you have to look a minute. Where's the asynchronous? At the very bottom is asynchronous. Still Stockton Unified. But over here, my method of support for this student, he has packets he uses at home. If you have something else, if you're having to use iReady or whatever, you look at what fits yours. For his asynchronous is individual. He's not working in a group. He's working by himself. It's still expected to be 30 minutes. Now I look back at the end of the month, you're going to want to update your attendance. But along the way, if you have a student that was absent, you're going to, when you put in your delivery, I'm going to add another service. And I was supposed to have service for him on the, I'm going to add it, let's see where, I'm going to add the 26, even though it's not normally say, just for an example. And I'm going to put that he was absent that day. So we're putting non-participatory. I don't know if it was an excused absence, an unexcused absence, if he was in school and just didn't come to me. Simply non-participatory covers that at this time. Stockton Unified, the method of support was supposed to have been a virtual platform, but he was not there. He was offered 30 minutes in a small group. So I mark that on here and I save it. At the end of the month, when I do my roster, prior to printing my roster, I will look at the attendance that has been provided to me from my secretary. And if they had an excused or unexcused absence, I will change that non-participatory to that. But that is not something we have on a day-to-day basis, so it's not something we're going to change until the end of the month before we turn our rosters in. Beyond that, once you get done with all of your students, if I want to go to my next student, I'm done with this one, I don't have to go back to home. I simply say return to results. It takes me back to my students. And if I haven't clicked out, it still has it on that only one per student. And I could go to my next student, click deliver, add services. And this student, he was done through the 4th. So again, he has Monday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday rather, he has in person. So again, I'm going right back to delivered, back to Stockton Unified, and back to my virtual platform. And he gets 30 minutes And I'm going, for him, I want to make a comment. This is just for my purposes, that he was actively participating today, because he not normally he usually kind of sits back. And so I want to make sure that I'm realizing on this particular day, he actually actively participated in the sessions. And that's for my visit. That's not going to print on what's going to on my roster at the end. It'll print if I do an actual report. This reminds me that that there was something different in that lesson, and this student was actively participating. It's just information for myself so that I know that maybe that was a specific lesson that worked for him. I'm going to save that, and I've got his stuff. I'm going to do that for every student every week. Now we're doing a roster, and the roster gives the same information except with more details on it. When I print my roster, I am simply telling it, and I'm not asking for case notes, print a certification, and I give it a date. And I'm on this one, I'm doing from March 1st to March 26th, because I can't go past that. And I'm going to tell it to print this roster. And there it's pending. And once it gets done, I can click to view it. And this is what your roster looks like. It gives each student each date of delivery. You can see it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that they were in a group. There was code 330, which is specialized academic instruction, for 30 minutes. And we get back over here, it says it's individual. It was still specialized academic, it was 30 minutes. And then it gives and on that day, I happened to put him in for 2 days. So he got 2 sessions. That's just how I did it. The next student, it gives them all the way across. And it's individual and the Y is when they are asynchronous, it goes as a Y versus delivered. So I know immediately that on those Y days, I did not meet with the student through virtual learning, that they did asynchronous learning. So anybody that looks at my roster also knows that. So if I pass that into my case manager or I pass it into my program specialist, they know what services. And these are just like the previous case management. I will sign it, my admin will sign it, and then we date them and turn them into our tech or our program specialist. That information will come from the special ed department. And have a good day.